Hey, hey, hey. Back at it again. Diving right back into... In fact, I'm going to close some stuff here real quick. Diving right back into my game jam entry for Gloam. While I was away, I did something, and I want to import it, and I want to place it. And we're gonna do the thing. So I made a little border graphic. It's going to be too big for this as built, but that's kind of intentional. I want to, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I'm going to move it out to the sides so that the texture kind of, well, maybe I won't. Maybe, man, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. Let's see what happens if I do. So, in theory, right, we're like here. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's too bad. I guess I can just squish it a little bit. I don't think anybody's going to notice. If it's a little squishy. That does pretty much destroy all of all of the visually interesting stuff about it. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe we actually go kind of ham-bony on the margins. I am usually not a huge margins guy. Tending to instead to prefer pretty reasonable margins. But maybe there's a world here where this is the right thing to do. Either way, if it is the right thing to do, I think the right place to do it is on the master page. So we'll go dig into the master page here in a second. First, though, let me pull up. Can I just drop this on here? No. No, of course I can't. Go back to publish. Sorry, my bad. My bad. Let me get this up and move it over. Okay, we're good. We're good. Go to my thing, see if anybody's here. Oops. My channel. Hello, my friend. Hello. Just alright. Let's go to La Page. We'll go to master pages, go up here, and we'll place it again. Border. Oh, that's interesting. Oh yeah, it's super interesting. Huh. Okay. Yeah, sure. You go there. You go here. Yeah, seems legit. Alright. So, what does this mean? This means that the margins here need to be substantially larger. It also means it's possible that this is going to work better as like a bifold instead of a trifold. Trifolds don't tend to use this much margin on the edges, but in a bifold I could probably get away with it. I did bifold for Thunder Speakers of Buzhou, and I think that one worked pretty well. Let me go crack that open real quick so we can take a look and see how that was done. I might have even done it at just a straight up like an A5. Under the speakers of Boucher was NS. No, it was Appendix N Jam 2025. Yeah, I think this is it. Yeah, so this one I just did this way. And yeah, I put the distressing on it so everybody would think I was cool. I think it worked. It almost worked anyway. Little do they know, I'm just a nerd. The big stinky nerd. Alright. Well, damn. I really like this border. I kind of want to keep it. I really should have thought about that. I should have thought about that before I started this. All right. Let's maybe focus on the bits that I can control first. I can always do another border. This was fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. There's some really cool stuff in here, I think, like the little coins and the little swords and the staff and the cup. Like I did some things. There's little spades and little hearts. But you know, I can do better next time. I'll do it again. You can't tell me what to do. You're not my dad. Even my dad can't tell me what to do, man. Fuck that guy. So yeah. So here we go. We'll just we'll deal with this later. I'll redo some new ones. I will. For now, let's go back to here. Let's do a little bit of writing. I think the thing I need to work on is the writing. And so we will just deal with it. So I think, let's see. Blackstone walls, reach for gray skies. Yeah, okay, so actually I'm a little bit worried about this whole reach for the gray sky coursing because I just literally read somebody else's thing that kind of does the same thing. I feel like this is just a language you use for like an empty ruined castle, and I like this though. Blackstone walls coursing with sickly vines. Discordant birdsong filters through an abandoned market. And I think that's the gimmick here, right? Is do my do my locations like this here. Rhythmic tapping from a rusting armory. Disturbs the haunting quiet of the abandoned keep. I don't want to use abandoned twice. Can just leave it as that. What is Vestal? What does Vestal mean? That's Vestal. Pure, chaste, or virginal. Pure well. Pure well. Vesta, the ancient Roman goddess of the hearth. The Vestal virgins, the priestesses who guarded Rome's sacred flame. Ooh, kind of like that. But maybe a Vestal well isn't appropriate for this place. Maybe there's a better adjective. There's probably some better words I could use. I could learn to word good. Make a better word soup. see. Yeah, I don't think this place is cold, right? Overgrown well? Overgrown well is good. Actually, I think that's probably better. Overgrown well. An overgrown well. Blooms. Boom. 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 It knows I'm Canadian, so it wants Canadian words. An overgrown well is at the heart of the courtyard. That's fine. Doesn't have to bloom. Blooming optional. Blooming optional, mate. So, in so much as these are the facilities, I don't need to say facilities because now I'm just describing them in place, which I like better. I think there is a world where I use a header 3 here, probably. That isn't this header 3, because this is the... I'm going to rename this guy, actually. So this will be header 2 dungeon. Okay. And then we'll edit this one. This will be header 2 hex map or wilderness. It's fine. Also, I can make a distinction between them here, like if I actually did want to make them look different. And maybe now's the right time to make some of those decisions. So let's take a look here, because I do like the idea of dropping this and doing this instead. Fill. Oh, interesting. Oh, this is heading to wilderness. Okay, hold on. That was the wrong one. That's why. Right, because they go in alphabetical order. That makes sense. Okay. I'll turn this off. Turn this on. Fill will be this. And the text will be white. And decoration. We'll go column width to column width. We'll go ascent to descent. And we'll apply it. Okay, so that gives us this. Yeah, I get it now, actually, because it's doing... Right. I think maybe... Gosh, why isn't this updating? That's weird. Just so weird, man. And then can I do... I guess the numbers also are like currently just location numbers. So that might not work either. Alright, let's duplicate this then and make it location numbers dungeon. The style of this thing is going to be substantially less big, I think. The font will be black. And the outline will be white. Try and do the same thing but inverted, so that when we come back here, we can go bullets and numbering. And we can change this to location numbers dungeon. Dungeon location numbers. Crucible of the Dark Heart. The Crucible of Evil. I hate this. We'll call this the Festering Ooze. The Festering Wound. Oops. Doesn't matter. Alright. Abandoned Market. Rusting Armory. Overgrown Well. Still need a... duplicate this. This will in fact be a header 3. But it will have no list. And... I don't even know. I mean, probably JSL's fine. Yeah, probably JSL's fine. Let's go for 12. Let's apply the style to the selection. Let's ditch the underline stuff. I do like me an underline. I do love me an underline. You know what? JSL Ancient won't work here because I need something that can be bold. Or something that already looks bold, I guess. I guess I could go back to Gothic Chic, right? Because this has a black letter that looks pretty good. I could go to size 12 would probably be appropriate. Can get rid of that. These can all go back. And then this would be another header 3. NPCs, which is all fine, whatever. I'm going to need art for these 3 nerds. I also need descriptions of these 3 nerds. Foxtail Grove. Let's get rid of this and these. Let's do that. Circle of mushrooms. Actually, I guess I can just say mushrooms. Here we can say mushrooms. This is why you're not supposed to do editing and layout, by the way, kids. So you end up fiddling over stuff that doesn't matter instead of writing your stupid document like you're supposed to. A skeleton is laying in their midst. Speaks of sweet dreams, if asked. And then, yeah, maybe a sweet dreams table. We'll see. Maybe that's a good idea. Foxtail Grove seems pretty light on the details, but maybe that's okay. Yeah, let's put this up here for now. Kind of start again at the top. So, abandoned market. And you know what? So this place is supposed to be a place that has like factions and shit. Also, I need to fix. I think when I loaded this up today. Okay, there we go. That sucks. That sucks. I have to do that by hand. Merc Hollow. Fairy Empire. The Fairy Empress. Brigitte Lake. Alright, so pox-ridden boars, and crows in empty market stalls. Yeah, this is... I wouldn't describe what a crow does as bird song. So maybe it shouldn't be crows. Pox-ridden boars. What's a good bird song? I don't need pictures. I need Wikipedia. Songbirds. Species facts. Blue tit. I'm sorry. A carrion crow is a songbird? Okay, yeah, I guess. Sure. Okay, crows it is. Yeah, Discord and birdsong, fine. Filters through an abandoned market. All right. The boars sleep. All the crows make bets about how long each will live. A rusting armory. Automatic. forge. Oh no. That's fine. Did you crash all my things? Why are you like this? What a terrible thing to do. Computer. Why you do this to me? Open. Stygian Wield. Yeah, recover, please, if you can. I'd prefer it. Okay. Okay, we're good. We'll save. Groovy. Automatic forge runs on a water mill. Unattended. Oh, slamming. I don't think slamming into. I'll just say slamming an empty anvil. An anvil. Sound of backwards chanting echoes from within. Ahoy, everyone. Thanks for coming to hang out. Just working on my Stygian Wield entry for Gloam. But I feel like I'm kind of falling out of love with my little style here for the decorations. I think I'm gonna get rid of that. I think I'm gonna calm my little monster down. There's a numbering and bulleting thing that I'm doing here that I'm beginning to regret. Kind of like that better. That brings the size down pretty substantially. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Don't worry about it too much. Mostly do the writing, right? The sound of backwards chanting echoes from within. Vines of morning glory. Choke the... What do you call the part of a well that's like the top part? What do you call that? Wellhead. No. Well shaft, the lining, the windlass. Windlass. I think that's what I'm looking for. That is the word. choke the windlass and render the pulley useless. And then here we can bold this. Say vines. Oop. Dot. All within 5 feet. Which is it like 1 square? I think I feel like I remember something about Gloam having like square bits. Square things that it does. Do you do square things, sir? RPGs, Gloam. Gloam 102. Square. Five-mile square zones. Okay. I guess, yeah, give me squares. Speed, the amount of squares it can move. Yeah, so it is squares. No thanks. We're good. Other attributes. Speed. Equal to your coin's stat. Speed is how many squares you can move when taking the move action. Page 30. Distance is measured in squares. Okay, cool. So you get squares. Squares it is. All within 1 square. Test coins. Or be dragged to the bottom. Taking 1 wound. Becoming captive to the druids. That'll be our faction hook. I do still feel like I kind of want let's do a new thing here. I'm gonna do bullet. Doesn't matter. I think. Yeah. Alright. Let's figure out what bullets we want to use here. This is one of those things that takes a little Jeez, dude. What is going on here? Okay, I'm gonna close all this stuff here. Why are you so crashy? Don't be a little crashy poopy pants. That's no fun. Okay. Wrong place, but fine. Open. Stygian Wield. Yeah, open the recovery file. And let's just be maybe a little... I'll try and chill this thing out a little bit. I'm going to remove some of the images for now. Maybe this guy is the problem. We'll save it. We'll see if this helps at all. I can bring the images back in later. For now, I need to write. So all within 1 square. Test coin. Or Vine's grasp. And pull them to and pulled to the bottom. 1 wound. And meet the druids. save this. Save early, save often. Alright, it's fine. We've got some druids, we got some pox spores. This needs to be bolded. And the thing I was trying to do was to fix the... Yeah, so really I want this. Oh, dang it. Don't select anything. Just modify this. You are based on this. You get rid of that. More. Yeah, so here's the thing, is I can put some... Maybe we'll go find something in Goth Chic. Do we get anything cool in here? Doesn't really look like it. I think Near Myth. This does have some weird looking characters in it that I kind of love. Like this thing would be cool. Little cross circle marker. What else could I? Let's try some other stuff here. Yes, Fables and Legends. This is such a cool font. I love it so much. What's this little guy? Oh, yeah, no. Nope. How weird. That's not what I wanted. It's an infinity symbol. I think there's a little... Okay, that's a division symbol. Alright, so neither of those for now, I don't think. Let's look at another font. I want a tasty little mark for my bullet. Herb is a pretty cool. No, that ain't it. It's pretty cool looking font though. Oh, JSL black letter. Letter-like symbols. Mathematical operators. Registered. Micro sign. Plus minus sign. That's pretty cool. Oh snap, Scooter for Mike I think is going on in 30 minutes. Scooter for Scuddifer. Alright, let's go look at... There's some cool stuff in ornament, but I don't think that's really... It's not bullet stuff, you know? Sabbath OT. What's that? It's just a 0 or something. Nope. Okay. Okay, it's fine. Well, it's, you know, you gotta look sometimes to find out. I guess I can just still use this. I guess that's fine. The thing that I want, though, is for those to have a smaller style. So I think I need to add, this will be a bullet style and the Yellowgrass Sands. I'll make it black is fine. It's going to be like an 8-point. And we're just going to try that and we'll see what happens. Kick out here. Bullet 1, bullet 2. Let's look. Bullet 1. Back to bullets and numbering. Bullet style. Okay, yeah, that's wrong, but that's okay. It's a start. What's nice about it, see it applied immediately to bullet 2, so it's using that style. And then that means I can just change this style. So I can go down to like size 4, and then oh, right. So no, not no change, no outline, and the font color needs to be black. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's there. And now they're too small. Which makes sense. I think 8's good. And that's fine. Okay. We'll go poke with the bullet style here. I think I'm going to bring bullets here. Let's see what 0.15 looks like. I think that's actually better. I kind of want that. It's going to feel a lot tighter, which may be too much, but we'll see. Also, space after 4 point. Okay, that pulls that up, great. And space before 4 point. So it's going to be pretty tight on these. This is pretty similar to what I did with Seven Sealed Spirits, layout wise. And arguably don't even need bullets, but I like them. I think they look interesting. It's probably the dumbest reason to do anything, I'm sure. Let's see here. So the left indent here will be 3, I think. And this will be 0.15, I think. Yeah, that's about right. And then bullet here, this will be 0.15. That seems right. Spacing, no change. Okay, great. And then let's just support our last line here. So the last indent here would be 0.45. This would be 0.3. Bullet style here would be 0.45. I think that's how that works. And bullet and numbering. I was like, what is this popping noise every time I move? But I figured out what it is. It's my my little holder thing that honestly I need to switch I'm going to move my microphone over today. That's happening. Nothing can stop me now. Know what I mean? Alright, let's get rid of this and let's put the bullet in here. That's like this. Okay. And I think that should just work. We can test real quick by doing this, and yep, looks good to me. Hello world. Great. Okay. I love it. Alright. Save this. Then I think the only other thing that kind of stands out as probably being wrong is the spacing. Like this, the spacing between all these is pretty tight, so the spacing between the paragraph and them feels a little much. But maybe it's actually the other way around. Maybe I should be adding a little bit more spacing. So what happens if we change these to 4? Okay. Yeah. So what happens if we change them to 6? Okay. Okay, yeah. And then let's go here and change this to 6. And this to 6. Okay. I think that's a little bit better. That breathes a little bit better. Okay. Druids fled underground when the Countess went mad. It's been trying to control the growth ever since. Our leader has fallen ill. The Dark Heart's corruption. Probably come up with a better name for that later. Ever since our leader has fallen into the Dark Arts corruption. Pained by rotting visions. Speaking in weird tones. Yeah, fuck it. Poxspores. How do boars do hierarchy? Wild boar. The wild swine. The wild pig. Subspecies. I don't really care about subspecies right now. I'm not interested in domestication. Descriptions. Social behavior and life cycle. Here we go. Female dominated. Cool. Sounders consisting of barren sows and mothers with young led by an old matriarch. Cool. riddled with pustules. It speaks with a human voice. In the end. Of human eyes. That's creepy. That's good, fun, creepy shit. Let's do it. Ship it. It's perfect. Probably too many factions here. I might need to roll back some of the faction stuff here. I feel like the mushroom folk are going to be better off in another locale. Also, I'm wondering if like the factions bit maybe just doesn't get like drawn up out of this area altogether. Yeah, let's do that. Let's pull factions out here. We'll make this a top line header. And then we'll also do the same thing for NPCs. That's probably a better thing to do. So this will be NPCs. And that probably means then interesting, yeah. Wildguard druids. Pox spores. Mush folk. I don't know if they're gonna stick around. And yeah, let's pick a good name for the fairies. What's a good name for a fairy court? It's like a good, interesting, archaic summer words. Let's see what it says. Like that, actually. Apricot court. Or Aestival court. I actually kind of like that even better. Yeah, Aestival court. That's pretty good. And then here, do the same bit for these. Clavelina Willowfig, which we will definitely rename. So it's a little bit much. Ebler, Mushfolk Chieftain, which I don't know if they're gonna have chieftains. Say Mushfolk Sage seems good. Seems good enough for me. And then here, let's say locations. We can make this a header 1, and that breaks up the document a little bit. And then we get our Castle Wildguard. Can deal with that. I feel like header 1 here maybe has some weird. Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe it's the other one. Maybe it's this guy. Are you the one doing this to me? Yeah, let's try 6 point. 6 point. What? No? That ain't it. That didn't do shit. Let's see. Oh, you know what it actually is? I know what it is. It's the numbers. It's the location numbers for the dungeons. It's because this is so much bigger, I'll bet. Yep. Okay. Yeah. I don't love that. I don't really hate it either. I just don't love it. I'm not sure. I ain't sure yet. But you know what? Progressando. Progress was made. And my factions kind of started. I got some Castle Wheeled Guard written. I don't hate this. And I will continue to push through. Let me double check. Itch. Go to my dashboard. Oh, go to the jams. Jams joined. So we have 17 days to get this done. And then we're on to the Varn Summer Jam 26, which already has a couple of pretty dope submissions. And I have already started working on a submission myself. So yeah, that'll be the next game jam that I'm working on. And then once that game jam is done, hopefully before this game jam is done, it closes in 3 months, so it's fine. But in 17 days, when Gloam is done, Appendix N jam kicks off. So Appendix N 2026 jam is coming up. And I'm definitely going to be pestering Austin to collab on something for this. I may pester some other people too. It'd be nice to get a few more collabs under the belt with some more people. And if you think I'd be fun to work with, there's only one way to find out. I refuse to confirm or deny rumors about my actual attitude and mindset. But yeah, if you're a creator and you'd like to make something with me, you should say hey and see if maybe it'd be a good fit. But for now, I bid you adieu. We got another hour of streaming in, just about. And I will probably be back later this evening to do even more streaming of this creation process. See where we get to. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching this if you're watching it later. Like if you like. Subscribe if you want to see more. Bell icon if you want to be notified. Go to Patreon if you want to get access to videos like a week early and all the rest of my stuff that I do. I do like a daily posts of a bunch of stuff. And yeah, otherwise, go download Blood Prairie. It's free. Get a link in the description. Go grab Blood Prairie Player's Guide. Read it. Make a character. Tell us about your character. Post it on the internet. Shout it from the mountaintops. We want to get more eyes on it. And the GM's guide and the creature catalog will be coming soon. Thanks for playing.